So I'm sure when you guys are playing the gacha games like Dokkan Battle or Genshin Impact, you guys are going to have your dailies. You're going to be playing the dailies, basically tapping away, doing the most monotonous task. Perhaps you're going to be slaying all those pyro slimes or whopper flowers or some shit, and you're going to get your like 2 primo gems or some shit for the day. Like that's basically what's going to happen with these games. They're going to have dailies. And for the longest time, we haven't really had an incentive to come back to play Osu daily, except to just come back and just torque on the maps just to gain some dopamine. But besides that, there hasn't really been a daily incentive. You just kind of hop on whenever you feel like it. But recently there's been some efforts to bring a daily challenge thing to the Osu Lazer client that I kind of just want to talk about really quick. There's a video by the official Osu people where they basically yapped about what the freak even is, and I'll just link it down in the description below. But I'll just read you guys the summary that this guy said. But basically what it does is that new screen which displays scores being submitted by other players in real time, new section or profile above your rank graph that shows your daily streak, weekly streak, current and best, and amount of time you place in the top 10% and 50%. Main objective for the mode is to give players something that's competitive in a friendly way and give beat maps that aren't as popular to spotlight. 5 to 6 people have made the initial beat map pool, but the team that curates spotlighted beat maps might take over. Unclear yet who will be in charge of picking the maps going forward. Initially only Osu standard and the other game modes are probably added based on popularity. As the week goes on, the beat map of the day gets harder in star rating and we're set to the easiest at the start of the next week. Ideas for future expansions include things like a collective community goal where players have to accumulate a set amount of total score, or a certain amount of players have to set a score above a certain accuracy, etc. And it feels pretty bare bones right now. I'm just looking for suggestions so far. So far it looks pretty good. It's kind of bare bones right now, and I just want to give my thoughts about this thing because it seems pretty interesting. We haven't really seen something like a daily challenge for the Osu game. Like the first thing I want to put on is like the streak thing. Like you remember if you're doing like Snapchat and shit, and you're gonna be sending your streaks and you're gonna be like S, and then you just send it to it and you're just trying to do for that number. The Osu players are gonna have something else to be addicted to, which is their freaking daily challenge streak. Maybe this is like their new Osu Jelking streak or some shit, dude. I don't fucking know. But these guys are gonna basically have this streak and people are gonna play just to increase that number, and I think that's kind of interesting. But it's also kind of crazy because people are going to get pretty obsessed with it, and that's gonna get them even more addicted to Osu, which is probably a good thing for the Osu people because they want people to play the game. But the next thing I want to discuss is the spotlight thing. So it seems like what they're doing with this daily challenge is that they're trying to push these newer maps onto Osu players, so maps that not a lot of people play. Because if you look at like the recent maps for Osu game, not a lot of people really play them. Like you're gonna see like they have like 200 plays, maybe rarely there'll be 10,000 plays on a new map. Like I feel like the new maps in Osu game don't really get as much attention as they had in the past couple years, and it probably because like not a lot of people playing Osu as much before. It's not really as popular as the game because this is kind of just an objective statement, and I could probably yap on if Osu's gonna die one day, but that's a topic for another video, yap for another video. But right now objectively Osu players don't really have as much of a play count as they used to be in the last couple years, and perhaps that's due to a lot of other factors. We don't really know. Maybe it's because gaming's dying. I don't freaking know. Again, I'm just trying to talk about it another time. But it seems like that the new maps nowadays don't really give as much popularity, and they're trying to push that and try to get more people to play the new maps by putting this daily challenge thing, which is a creative solution to this problem, I think. And another thing I want to talk about is the community goals. So they're planning to put like community goals, so like they're trying to see how many players can clear the map. Maybe they're trying to see if they can get like a map with like 200 plays and get it to like 10,000 players or something. Like just get a community goal and try to get everyone on this map, try to get like a certain accuracy buff. Like maybe they're gonna be like, okay, well let's try to reach for an average accuracy by everyone, but like at least 80% on this map. I don't know. Like they're gonna try these weird community goals, and I think it's pretty cool as well. It's just to get the community all together. Another thing about this daily challenge thing is that I feel like it's like a marketing plan to get more people to play Lazer, right? Because Peppy, Dean Herbert, he's kind of like, dude, Osu Lazer, I've been pouring my heart and soul into this. Everyone's playing on Osu stable. Why isn't anyone changing to freaking Lazer, bro? I even allowed you to get PP on Lazer. But even still, so even with all these marketing ploys, all of these feature additions, not a lot of people have really made the switch to Lazer yet because people are just so used to standard and they don't really have much of a reason. Lazer is objectively like a lot better in my opinion, like in terms of feeling, because there's like things of like less note log, there's a bunch of more maps, essentially difficulty adjust as well. That shit's pretty freaking cool, and overall the Lazer stuff is pretty fine. I think the biggest glare is about it is the UI, which is still kind of messy compared to standard, because the standard players are so used to standard, but if you play on Lazer, everything's kind of just like all like zoomer edit. I don't really know, it's kind of hard to go around with that UI if you've just been stuck with standard for so long. But I do think Lazer is a better client, but it's just that not a lot of people have made the switch since they're just so used to standard. But perhaps this is just a marketing ploy to get people to play on Lazer, as Peppy wants people to appreciate his work that he's been working on for years, which I completely understand. So I think it's a pretty good thing for him to try to get people to play more Lazer because this daily challenge thing. It's not something that's going to be implemented stable, because stable is not really going to have any more features. It's kind of more of a Lazer thing. And a last thing I want to point out is that this thing is going to essentially push more beginners to find maps, because if you're a beginner, like one of the biggest challenges as a beginner is that you don't really know what maps to play. You kind of just get your original couple maps and you play them, and a lot of the maps that you play, you probably just find them through farming or some shit. If you do this thing with the newer maps, you'll be exposed to more maps, which can expand your skill set, which is a pretty good thing. It's going to help you grow more as a beginner, and it helps with that map discovery overall. But that's pretty much my thoughts on this thing here, just my commentary. But I also want to give what I think would be good additions to this, because obviously it's a pretty bare bones subject right now. But the first thing I thought would be interesting is if they added like themes. So as they said, is that they're going to do on week by week basis, right? So they're going to be like, okay, week 1 we're going to have these map pools, and it's just going to rotate throughout the days. But I think what would be cool if there was like a theme, right? Like maybe one week it's the Toho maps or some shit, and then the next week it's like the anime maps or something, and then the next one's like the rock maps or something, like some sort of theme within these weeks. I think that would be kind of cool in my opinion, because that would get people to be like, oh well, this is pretty nice. Or maybe they make a theme for like the days, so like on Monday it's a Toho theme, and then on Tuesday it's like a rock theme, and then on Wednesday it's like a pop theme. I don't know, like some sort of theme by basis would be kind of cool, instead of the masters being completely random in the songs. I think that would be kind of cool if that was implemented in the daily challenges. I know that would definitely make people be more interested to try, because it's a bit more spicy that way. And another addition that I think would be kind of cool is if they added like a PP multiplier, like a score multiplier, if you play these daily challenge maps. So maybe there's like a 1.01x on your score, or maybe on 1.01x on your freaking PP if you play these maps in FC. Like, I don't know, that might be a controversial take, because the PP meta and the PP stuff is already very controversial as is. So adding a bit more of a bonus with this daily challenge shit is even crazier. But I don't know, that's kind of a wild take. Maybe that'll be interesting to consider as well. And obviously medals for dailies, like if you get like 100 daily challenges streak, like 100 daily Osu challenge joking streak, you get a freaking medal for it or something. I don't know. And the last thing I think would be a cool addition, if you can have community pick maps, like community can vote for, okay, I want this map for this week, and I want this map for the next one. I don't know, maybe that'll be a bad thing, because then people are going to know what maps are going to happen next week. I don't really know. That's just kind of my thoughts on this daily challenge stuff. But that's pretty much all I want to say about this Osu daily challenges thing. I thought it was pretty interesting. Just wanted to talk about it and just give my thoughts about it. And as you guys can see, I'm pretty exhausted right now. I need to freaking go to bed, and I just need to make this video really quickly before I sleep. So that's pretty much all I want to say in this video. And this video is also a video idea made by Sample Text in my Discord server, and he pitched it to me in the video ideas chat, and I'll give him 1 month of support there because I took his idea and used it here. So if you guys also want the chance of getting free month of support, you guys join my Discord in the link below, and you could try to pitch your video ideas to me. If I like it and I choose it, then I'll also give you 1 month of support there. But yeah, that's pretty much all I want to say, and I'll see y'all.